Hi everybody and welcome to another video. Sorry it's been a little bit long, but better late than never, eh? First of all, hope you're all doing well, and thank each and every one of you for all your wonderful comments on my other videos and all your private messages as well. Thank you so much. Also, thank you for all your understanding on my last video. I've actually made that video now private because it was the first of two, maybe three videos on the DVDs, and the reason why I've made it private is because I'm gonna redo it. There's a lot more information I could have given about the movies and about certain things, and I didn't because I was very tired, so I'm gonna redo it. So basically, this is just a catch-up, follow-up video of the CDs that I have, and a new box set, and the majority of them are all new buys and new replacements. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, before I do start, I'd like to give a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you all so much. You really do mean the world to me, and I can't thank you all enough, especially for all the comments off everybody as well. God bless you. Also to my friend Rossi, who I know at the moment is very unwell, and I wish him a speedy recovery. Okay, so I'm going to start off with showing you a few that I did show you in my first video and the second video, but there is a difference with these ones. So the first video I showed you is King Creole. Right? I showed you the CD in the first video, but those of you who, if you remember, there was something a little wrong about this. The booklet, there was no booklet. It was ripped, and all that remained was the front cover and this bit. The booklet was actually missing. So what I did was I found a replacement on eBay, which was very cheap at a buy it now price, and I bought it simply to replace this, to actually have the complete booklet. So really happy about that. I resold the CD at a boot sale, well, my wife did, because it actually had a sticker, two stickers as a matter of fact, on the actual disc. I don't know why some people do that, because it ruins the CDs and damages them. So, but the booklet was in good condition, so obviously I just swapped it over. So that's the replacement. And here's another replacement. In the first video I showed you the American release of this, but I always wanted the British, the one that I had when I was younger. So this is something for everybody, and I now have the pink back cover. I'm sorry about the glare. I'm actually doing this video downstairs in the living room because there's so much stuff upstairs now. We're sorting things out for Christmas, as you can see behind me, chocolate advent calendars and the lights up and everything. So I'll just show you the inside of this. So the CD is as followed. It's the black CD, and here is the way the booklet is. So it's the inside of the booklet. Open it up, it's got pictures. The American CD release doesn't have this, you see. It has some other information on it, but that's the one I had when I was a kid, so that's what I wanted to replace. And I finally found it on eBay. And there is a little story about this too. The story on this is the guy who is selling a lot of Elvis CDs at the moment on eBay. He's a fantastic seller, and basically I'll put a link up. I'll see if I can put a link up to his stall in the description of this video. But basically he had a few of these, and he got loads of doubles, loads of triples. He's been a big Elvis collector for years and years and years, and his collection cost him a lot of money. And you know, he basically sent me out the wrong CD. He sent me out the American edition of this, which I'd already had. So I contacted him, and he said, I'm really sorry about that, and he sent me out then the proper one. So And he told me then, because I offered to send him the wrong one back, and he said no, just keep it as a spare because it was his mistake. And you know, he apologised and everything. And do you know what? Really, really, really honest person. And I can't thank him enough. Here's another replacement that I had, the American CD release. But now I've got the UK release, which is what I had, and that is Elvis for Everyone. And this was quite hard for me to find, which is why in the end I settled for the US version. But I now have the British, UK, even though it says made in the EU. I think a lot of the EU stuff was actually sold here in Britain anyway. So that's the CD. Not good at these. I'm still a little nervous as well on these videos. But that was an alternative cover as well. I think on vinyl actually that was a cover for one of the releases. And on the inside here you've got some information about the album, which again on the American edition didn't have this information there. So I'm really happy to finally have it in my collection. And all the other versions that I had, my wife does the boot sale, so she sold them. The money then went to charity and so forth. Okay, so those of you who have seen my first two videos and my box set video and everything will know that I also like replicating albums that didn't make it CD, or albums that didn't make it originally to CD but have come out in the new RCA box set, which is the 60 CD collection, which I show in my box set video. But I created it so I could have every one of my albums in order, and those of you who have seen my first two videos will know what I'm talking about. So I replicated the UK version of Come On Everybody combination. I'm sorry about the glare there, that's actually the reflection of the camera, believe it or not. So I'll try and do this the best way that I can. And I'm sorry for the reflections of the photos and everything that you can see. But that's my replication there. And I also put the US cover on the inside. And there's the disc I created myself. Taken actually from the record label, and I just added the tracks and some of the other information. So that's my collection. The reason why I'm showing you like these is because obviously on the shelf upstairs they're all in order, so now there's gaps going along the shelf, the unit. Here's one that I had when I was growing up, and I was happy to get this on CD for my collection. Is Pure Gold. And as this is a new CD added to my collection, which is a replacement, I'll show you the disc like I did on my first two videos. Again, I really am sorry for the glare. There's the back cover there. I'm sorry for the glare, and I'm sorry for the reflections. It's the front cover. It's the inside. Inside there. I know that I'm repeating myself a lot, but again, I'm really sorry for the glare and the reflections. I really am sorry. So that's Pure Gold. I'm really happy to have that. Hope you're all ready for Christmas. I know I am. Okay, now in my, I think this was the second video on CDs that I showed. Our Memories of Elvis. I had volumes 1 and 2 separately, which I replicated myself. Well, growing up I actually had this on CD. Basically they put 2 volumes on one, and even though I was replicating, I didn't think I'd come across it, and then I did. So now I got both volumes, which sure kind of you can see there, volumes 1 and 2 on CD. Really strange little back cover there. You thought they would have put the song titles, wouldn't you, on there, you know, but that's the cover for Volume 2. There's the inside pic there, which was also the back cover of see the reflection in the disc. I'm really sorry. I'm going to call myself Mr. Repeat. And there's the, basically it's just some information in the other releases and so forth. And this was actually released by it's Elvis Time Records, BMG Aurora, 1988. So really lucky and happy to have that on CD in all in one, both volumes all in one. Another replication. This is a record I had when I was very young. I didn't really put as much effort into this as I have with some of my others. This is a very basic CD. I think I just put it in. Mainly I was quite tired when I was doing this late at night. But it's there. It's I Can Help and Other Great Hits. Now this came out as an import pressed CD with all bonus tracks on, but those who have seen my other videos, it's a lovely little rare picture there. CD there. Those who have seen my other videos will know I'm not really a bonus track kind of guy. I like things as they originally, came out. So right, a little story to tell you about this, the next 2 CDs as a matter of fact, but I'll tell you it when I'm on the next one. So for this one, it's a Valentine's gift for you. I've always loved this back cover, always loved it, and when I had it on vinyl, for some reason it just sort of, it stands out, you know. But this is the CD. Now, those of you who have the original vinyl of this album will know that not only does it come with a big red sticker, which unfortunately I don't have. If I did have it, I would go as far as getting a sticker maker and see if I could a copy and actually print it out on the sticker and stick it to the CD case, because it's all part of the fun. The artwork and the whole presentation, it's part of the collection, it's part of the item as far as I'm concerned. Now, it came with the original album, the vinyl, came with a poster. Obviously the CD didn't, but I took a gamble and I put a picture of the poster onto a Facebook group, and I asked if anybody could, if anybody had it as an image. Reason being, maybe some of you who know me will guess this now. Well, on the inside, that's the inside of the original cover case, And then I decided to, because somebody was kind enough to put the image up, and I can't thank them enough so much. I done my own poster. So I've always loved this picture of Elvis. It's been my favourite ever since I was a kid. I don't know why. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that one of the very first albums I ever bought, well, it was the first album. The first CD I ever bought was the All Time Greatest Hits on cassette. And obviously that's the front cover. So yeah, I've kind of got it. I just need to find the sticker now and get a sticker machine or some sticker paper that you can print on, and I would do that. It's called Passion, and I've certainly got a passion for my collection. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the story that I said to you about last CD. This is the other one. This is Elvis in Nashville. The story behind this is, I'll tell you in a sec. That's the back. That's the disc. It's the inside there. and I show you the booklet. See inside there. Okay, now the story. Basically, the same seller. I bought quite a few CDs off the same seller, and what I did was I bought Elvis in Nashville, and I know this seller always sends them out first class, and you know, I always had them within a few days. Sometimes if I'd want something, say on a Monday, and it was in the morning, I'd have it on the Tuesday, or if it was like a Monday afternoon, I'd have it on the Wednesday. You know, it was really really quick. So as you know, coming up to Christmas time, the post is a little bit up in the air and a bit of a backlog. So in between, I didn't think nothing of it at first, and in between then I bought this CD here, a Valentine's gift for you, and then the Valentine's one came before this one. So I kind of messaged the seller just stating that, you know, the CD hadn't shown up. And, you know, I said I didn't want to be a pain, because I don't like being a pain or annoying anybody. And he said that he would, you know, give it a couple of days, he would check it out and everything. And in between then, basically, this CD arrived, which is the one I bought after Elvis in Nashville. So I contacted him again just to say that, you know, obviously it's been a few days, nothing's come, but the Valentine's gift for you have. And then he said to me that he'd sent another one of these out, which is this one I'm holding here in my hand. And it came. You know, it came then. When he resent this, it came in a couple of days. And I'd always said to him that if the first one of these that he sent came, that I would contact him, and, you know, I offered to send it back, because I don't rip anybody off. I don't stab people in the back or anything like that. I treat people with respect. And back last week it came. It was quite late, obviously, and it shows how bad the post is getting on the run up to Christmas. And I did message him, and I offered to send the CD back, and he told me to keep it, and that he appreciated me contacting him. And what I decided to do is because obviously I don't like too much, because even though I'm collecting, I'm also condensing in certain areas. So what I did was the CD has now been sold, and the money has gone to the Turner Syndrome Support Society charity, because it's a charity close to my heart, because our daughter suffers with Turner syndrome. So that's the story behind that. I will try to put a link to the seller on eBay, who's selling a lot of rare Elvis CDs. So if you are in need of them, go to him, because he's absolutely fantastic, and he's very, if you send him a message, he's very communicative as well. He will communicate with you no problem at all. So he's a great seller. So thank you if the seller is watching. So the reason why I haven't said the seller is I can't remember the top of my head the name. I've got him saved as a favourite seller in my eBay link. So the next one I'm going to show you is a bootleg that came out, a pressed bootleg import called, I don't really have many bootleg pressed CDs, just certain ones, because the quality of some of the concerts are, you know, 50-50 and so forth. But this one I quite liked. It's Desert Storm, the original CD. The only disappointment for me is that it doesn't start up with CC Rider, because obviously it wasn't recorded due to mic problems and so forth. But other than that, I like it because of, you know, other reasons. So that's Desert Storm. Now, if any of you have seen the original CD of Desert Storm, that's the CD1 and that's CD2. I'll just show you the booklet. There's, if I'm correct, there's no information in here. It's just a poster. If you take it out, you just got a poster. Just put it there. I never really liked the back cover, and something You might find this a little silly, but if I had a CD and it said, say, Volume 3, I'd have to find Volume 1 and 2 to go with it. If something said Volume 1, I'd have to find a Volume 2 to go with it. I don't know why that is. That's just me. I know that sounds a little weird and a little daft, but anyway, this one I liked, but it had Volume 11, I think it did, on you. So I decided to do my own version of the back cover. I got a photograph from the same night as well, and I done my own back cover, and I missed out the volume. So that's my version of the back cover, and I put a barcode on it. Next one is another one of my own creations. This is originally came out as a double CD, but I managed to fit it all onto a single CD, and I've done my own. Well, the front cover is not my own, but I did do a few amendments, a few alterations. This is Night Fever in Vegas, and the alterations is this year I sort of done this. It says the same thing, but I just redone it, and then I done my own back cover for it as well, and then the CD then. So. Okay, now I am an Elvis Aloha concert fanatic. I've studied the Aloha concert, and I still study it even today, because there's new things I find out about it, and I find them very fast. I find the information very fascinating. And when I was younger, the first time it was broadcast on television here in the UK, instead of it being titled The Alternate Aloha Concert, because I'm talking now about the rehearsal show, sorry to confuse you a little bit there, it was actually called The Alternative here in the UK when it first got broadcast. And I just really liked the artwork that they used for the screensaver, basically, when it came to an advert or commercial. So I took a snapshot of it. I recorded it, obviously, and I took a snapshot of it on the PC. And when it came to the CD, all the years that I've bought Aloha stuff, the rehearsal concert has never really had a good mix or a good remastering job done to it. So I decided to take the deluxe edition of the DVD set, and I took the audio from the rehearsal show on that, and I created my own CD version of it. And I decided I wasn't going to put the bonus tracks on there, because the bonus tracks on the original CD, I don't know why they were put on there, because they wasn't recorded until after the satellite concert, and they were used for, videos and insert songs. Excuse me. So I created my own, and I decided to use this. The Alternative Aloha Concert. And I don't know how well you can see this there, but I got the idea for this cover from another CD, because it was broadcast in 1997 or 97. I got the idea of another one, and here's the back cover for it. This is my back cover for CD. Now, as you can see, it says for promotional use only, strictly not for public sale. I put that on there because obviously it's not, no, I don't know how well you can see that if it's going in and out of focus, I do apologise. But I done all of that. I just done it because it's sort of something I done myself, And obviously there's the spine as well, which is very clear. I took the idea from this next one, which is a replacement, because I had the CD growing up, and it's one that got destroyed with my collection. An Afternoon in the Garden. See the insert there matches up. So this is a brilliant mix, I got to be honest. If you see what I mean there, basically, if I show the two. So I know some of you may still think I'm a little sad, but you know, what the heck. I'm an Elvis fan, no explanations needed. So there's the CD. Now this did come with the hype sticker, so I took it off because the case was actually damaged. Otherwise I would have left it on there, but the case was damaged, so I had to replace the case. So I took the sticker off and I kept it in there. And as always, here's the booklet. If I could figure out a way to do a booklet for the CD covers, oh my, I would do quite a lot more. Now anything I replicate, I don't sell or trade or anything like that. It's strictly for my collection only. That's what I'll do to, you know, copyrights and stuff. So, Afternoon in the Garden. I can't remember whether I showed these next two. I don't think I showed the next one, but I can't remember if I showed this on my second video, if I had at the time. So I'm going to show it again if I did show it. If I didn't, well, it's a new CD. This is Jailhouse Rock and Love Me Tender, all in one album. The different versions. Same kind of CD, I would say, as the Essential Elvis Volume 1, the first movies, but that focuses on the first 3 movies. There's the CD there. I think I did show this on the second video, but again, I can't be too sure. So, you know, if I did show it, I do apologise that I'm showing it again. But this is one I had when I was a kid, and it really just brings back a lot of memories, you know, with me growing up, listening to the music and reading the booklet, you know. As I said in my other videos, every CD that I have, I read all of the booklets. So, I'm sorry if I seem a little dry when I speak. It's just that I've not been well today, and yesterday I was unwell. See, I suffer with a low immune system, and whenever I become unwell or whenever I catch something, I get it bad. Here's the other one. I don't think I showed on my second video for the CDs. If I did, again I apologise. But this is Memories 60th Comeback Special. This is also the only release with the complete gospel medley on, and the other medley, which was I think Nothingville and so forth. So this is a great double CD to have. Oh, what was up this way? A great double CD to have, and great sound as well. Great sound on this. And the first CD is basically the 6-day Comeback Special soundtrack with a little less conversation put in, yeah, which was intended to be in the special, along with a few others as well. And I know this year marks the 50th anniversary. The second CD is basically the sit-down show and rehearsals. So here's the booklet for this. Like I said, if I have showed it, I do apologise. But there we go. I was going to do a video for the 6-day Comeback Special, being it's the 50th anniversary, but I don't have the new box set yet. I'm hoping it'll go down in price a little bit after Christmas, maybe in the January sales. Over here in the UK, we have something called the January sales, where everything's really you know, quite cheaper. So I'm gonna see if I can get it at a good deal then. Or maybe I've already been bought it for Christmas. I don't know. My wife kind of keeps on trying to hint for me to get it after Christmas. So she's kind of been saying, "Don't get it now. Don't get it now." So whether she's got it me for Christmas and just wants me to come off the scent, I don't know. Or maybe, you know, my wife is so tricky, in a good way though. In a good way. She's the only person who's really ever been able to surprise me, because I don't like surprises. because I've had a lot of nasty ones growing up. So who knows? But what I will say, if you want a good review on the 60th comeback special on the 50th anniversary, check out Prince Elvis Jackson. He's 888, I think. Sorry, mate. A guy named Johnny, who is a fantastic Elvis collector, Michael Jackson collector, and Prince collector, and he collects a lot of other things as well. You know, so check him out. Great videos, great reviews. I love his reviews. In fact, he helped me pick which version of the DVD of Elvis the Searcher I wanted to buy. So check him out. He's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so here's a replacement of a CD that I know I didn't show last time. In fact, all of these are new ones, I think, that I didn't show in my other videos. I've been bidding on this one for a while on eBay, and I always kept losing it. But finally, I won it. Tomorrow is a Long Time. A great combination of a great album. Great combination of a great album. Did not make sense, did it? It's a great combination album. There we go. I gotta be honest, I do love this album. Whoa, whoops. I do love this album, I gotta be honest. The tracks on here are just awesome. And here's the booklet for this. Awesome stuff. So, and I like the way the CD is designed as well. A really nice design. It's plain, simple, but nice, sweet. Tomorrow is a Long Time. Another one with another new one, which is also a replacement to what I had when I was a kid. This is Burning Love with a hype sticker on the case. Brilliant album. I played this album immensely when I was a kid growing up. I loved the Little Sister Get Back medley. Love it. That's the inside there. And there is the cover for Elvis Sings Burning Love and Hits from His Movies Volume 2, which is also another separate combination album with some movie tracks on, and Burning Love is on side 1 and It's a Matter of Time is on side 2. But this album is kind of what that album should have been. So here's the booklet for this one. I remember when this came a good few weeks back, and I remember when I was playing it and listening to the album, I was reading booklets at the same time, and brought back a whole lot of amazing memories for me, reading the booklet when I first bought the CD when I was younger. Love that album. Okay, so here's another bootleg import, and one that I didn't mind the front or the inside. The disc is a bit plain, but you know, so is some of mine. But I never liked the back cover, so I redesigned it. This is Cut Me and I Bleed. Oh, bit of a title, isn't it? The Other Side of Elvis. Alternate, humorous, and sometimes Risquire Studio, home, and live tracks. Live recorded tracks. And that it tells you about the album in general. And there's obviously the tracks and the dates that were recorded and stuff. This is with the X-rated version of 1 or 2 songs. Actually quite a few songs. So anyway, this is my back cover that I created for it, because I didn't like the original one that they put with it. Okay, now this one is a very cheap budget CD. It's called Elvis Presley Live, and my mother-in-law bought me this actually. And there's a few of these without this, but this one has it. It includes the free limited edition Sylvania poster. And if I open it up, that's how the CD is. And these are all recordings from the Louisiana Hayride, which I've got all of those anyway, but it does come with the, cause that's the original back of the booklet, which is nothing really special, but it gives you a poster on its own really if you open it up. That's the back of the cover, which just tells you the track listing. I thought I discovered something else then just by the corner of my eye. And here is the poster that it comes with. I've only ever opened this poster once, and that's when I had the had it bought me and I opened it for the first time. So that's the poster. And that tells you about the album and the tracks and everything, and obviously Korea. So, and it's just called Elvis Presley Live. Excuse me a second, I do apologise. I don't mean to be rude by looking down. Oh, this is actually my Elvis TCB hat. And the sticker there is, you may laugh at this, but my daughter came home from school and she was given a sticker for being good. And she came up to me and she went, "Daddy," I said, "Yes." And she told me to lean down because I was wearing this hat, and she went, "There we go, Daddy, that's for you." So I kind of kept it there. Because my kids are my life. You know, I love my kids to bits. And as long as they're happy, I'm happy. When they're down, I've got to be even happier to get them back up. Here's, I got like a few FTD CDs, which I basically got backed up because there's some I listen to on a regular basis, some that I don't. I don't really own any sort of original ones anymore. I to be honest with you, there's something I never got into. I was gonna start collecting them, but you know, I had them given to me on like MP3s and stuff like that. But here's ones that I put onto CD in the case on the shelf, and obviously looked at the year that they were released so they could all go in order. This is Tusk-On 76, a really cool concert. For me, stuff like this, they've got to be a particular reason why I want this, and whether it be because the track listings or what. There's got to be a significant reason. Because the thing is, you can't really have everything, and you know, they cost quite a lot of money and everything, and I spend out quite a lot on my collection as it is, with getting the things that, you know, means more to me that I had growing up. Here's another CD that I bought, and I was quite surprised, and it came quite quickly as well. It was totally sealed, and the sticker, the hype sticker, was actually on the CD case, so it wasn't on the ceiling. On the ceiling, I don't mean that ceiling. I mean the seal around the CD itself. The Live Greatest Hits, and again, I like this combination for a few reasons. One, great sound. Two, this was the very first time I heard Kentucky Rain live when I was a kid. This is the CD that done it for me. No, because I think if I remember correct, Kentucky Rain is on. Is it on Elvis in Person? Oh my goodness, I can't remember myself now. I confused myself. So anyway, and it was sealed. It was very cheap. I bought it for just £3. So it was £3. I was included in delivery as well, because I won it at a very good price. So there's the front cover. There's the inside there. Some information about the album and about the compilation and about how it was put together. So I really do like that album, that combination. I love them all. I love all my CDs. If I didn't, I wouldn't have them. Here's another FTD that I burned, and I put it onto, you know, put the cover in and everything. Now, as I said, I don't like bonus tracks. I can't put my finger on why. I'm just somebody that likes something as it was done. But I like this concept. This is another FTD, like I said. This is American Trilogy. And I took the bonus tracks off it. And I just created it for myself. Like I said, I did have I had most of the FTDs, and in the end, like I said, I got them all on MP3, so I only put on the CD itself what I listen to on a regular basis. It doesn't mean that I'm not less of a fan than anyone else. I mean, I've also got some questions as well that I've been asked from people who have watched my videos that I'm going to answer as well, best way I can, after I show these last few things. This is, I don't think this is an FTD. This is another CD, which again had bonus tracks on, which I took off. And I edited the artwork slightly. This is Spanishized by request, as recorded live at Sahara Theo Hotel, Lakethorpe, State Line, Nevada, May 24th, 1974, midnight show. Now this got 2 covers with it, and I didn't really know what to do for this design, so I kind of took the other cover and done that with it. And then my wife, she came home one day. This is a cheap budget, very cheap CD to buy. This only cost my wife £1, I think. This is Christmas with Elvis. 12 Christmas greats from the King, plus 10 rock and roll classics, including Blue Christmas, Silent Night, Santa Claus is Back in Town, Peace in the Valley, and more. It came in a clear case as well, with nothing on the inside. So, I mean, my wife turned around to me and said I don't have to keep it if I don't want to. She just saw it and thought of me and put it in. But again, you know, my wife bought it to me, so, you know, I'll keep it, you know, regardless of how it is. You know, it's the thought that counts, and, you know, there's nothing on the inside. It's just plain. It's just plain. So, but it's the thought, you know what I mean? And a little thought goes a long way. A little thought can always be turned into a big thought, because it means that whoever's bought you something or done something for you is thinking of you. Okay, something I was very excited about. This is the last separate CD I'm going to show you. When I found out about this, I immediately put I immediately pre-ordered it straight away. An album came out called The Sound of Your Cry on vinyl, and it was due to be released on CD officially in 1989. I think it was 89. And it got dropped, and it got changed to the Greatest Hits, and the track listings on the original Sound of Your Cry album was all changed as well. And the only thing that remained really was the artwork. The Greatest Hits, they used the same artwork as the Sound of Your Cry. But there was a few advanced CDs going around at the time as well. That, well, I'll say a few. There was already, I can't remember now how much it said in the listing. I did explain about this in my second video on the CDs. But basically I was happy and fortunate to get one of those advanced CDs, and then I replicated the original artwork so I could put it on the shelf. Well, now this has been released, The Sound of Your Cry, and it has a bonus track, which like I said, I'm not a fan of, but the sound on it is awesome. And it's got some great information about the albums and about the tracks, and even this is a digipack. It's a press CD. Got that. on the inside. And it's basically the Sound of You Cry album and the mixes that was on the Greatest Hits that was not on the Sound of You Cry album. And there it is. So yeah, I think I got that. That won't go on the shelf though with my collection. I'll go away with my other collectibles. Okay, now I can't remember if I showed you this one or not. My DVD videos, which the video on my DVDs, like I said, I've put private at the moment because I'm going to redo it. So I'm going to show this to you again. I found this at buy it now price. I wanted this when it first came out, but it was too expensive at the time and I didn't have the money at the time. And I'd always said if it got down lower, or if I saw it at a lower price, I would get it. But when I saw this one, I didn't think I would find it at a lower price, so I just went ahead and bought it. And that is the box set of That's the Way It Is. Awesome set with the sticker, which was on the packaging, but I took off and put on here. Now I bought this for £50. The reason for sale is they said there were some damage to it, which was nothing really. That part there was up like that, but it doesn't affect. I could just put some glue on it and just glue it down, you know. Apart from that, that's it. So it's in great condition, and I'm really pleased with it. And basically came with this. This was like sort of folded over here. But that was the back of it. Came with it as well. And this tells you about the set and about what's on every CD and the DVDs. I'll just read the little description out. This 8 CD/2 DVD deluxe edition of That's the Way It Is features the 6 complete shows recorded and potentially filmed by MGM. All the concerts have been either remixed or mixed and digitally mastered to provide ultimate audio experience. The original RCA album is expanded with the 4 single sides from the period and a selection of fly on the wall outtakes from the June Nashville sessions that produced the majority of tracks for the album. Completing the audio section is a separate disc of insightful rehearsals highlights. Showcases both the hard work and the playful atmosphere that governed Elvis's relationship with his musicians. It also includes an 80-page colour booklet with rare photos, memorabilia, recording data, and insightful sleeve notes. Finally, 2 DVDs featuring the original theatrical version, 1970, and the subsequent re-edited extended version, 2000, complete with the ultimate overview of this truly memorable event in the career of Elvis Presley. I'm sorry about that. I'm not a really good reader. I do apologise. So now I'm going to show you the contents. And again, I've read this book as well. One of the first things I did was look at everything, and then I read the whole book. So first of all, I'll show you, because there's a way that these go in, isn't it? Right, okay. Here we go. So this is the 8 CDs. Love the different colours, eh? Looking like the RCAs of vinyls. So I'll put these away, see, as I go along. And then, which is very simple, we've got the 2 DVDs. Something that I've never got, even when this got released as a double edition, DVD 1 is the special edition, 2000 that came out, not 2001. Disc 2 is the theatrical version. Now, theory, shouldn't it be the other way around? Because the theatrical version came out first. Also, another thing that I was disappointed with the special edition, the trailer for it is the trailer for the original theatrical 1970s version. Why? To me, that's a little bit of false advertising. Because if you buy the special edition on DVD without really knowing about the original version, or somebody who's just getting into Elvis, or somebody who's been a fan and not really sort of realising differences, you put it on, you play the trailer, and you see him sing like Sweet Caroline and Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and I've Lost You. And then when you play the special edition, it's totally different, and those songs are not in the concert parts. So to me, it's a little bit misleading, because the special edition, as I'm sure all Die-Hard Elvis fans will know, that there is its own trailer for it. So why couldn't they have just done that? You know? I mean, the original theatrical version wasn't actually released here in the UK on DVD until 2010, when it came out as a separate double DVD edition. It actually came out on separate DVD in the US in 1997, when DVDs were starting to come about, and I'm fortunate to have that DVD, and I bought it for, it was quite expensive. I actually paid £60 for the DVD, but you know, I wanted it so much because, again, it stems back to my childhood. Even though I had the original video, the DVD was a nice welcome to my collection. And plus, my players were multi-region anyway, so it was great. But, and it was a collector selling it, actually, on Amazon. And then, obviously, it took all that time then for 2010 for it to be released as a double disc in the UK. And obviously, the special edition got its own release as well on DVD when it came out. But I've always wondered, and it was the same thing as well. I mean, the bonus features was nice on the special edition. You had the reconstruction of That's the Way It Is, which gave you an insight of what they did. But even still, you'd think that they would have left the performances in there. If they changed the performances, fine, but keep the songs in there, you know, because he performed, you know, Sweet Caroline in other concerts, and you know, during that period. So, which were filmed, but it was quite misleading. So, but anyway, just rambling here. We'll come to that story when I show you my DVDs, my DVD video. So that's the DVDs in that set. I don't know, it feels like I'm complaining about a lot of things with that, isn't it? Well, sometimes. Anyway. Here's the other thing that came with it, was the book. That's the Way It Is book, which is awesome. And again, when I had it, I couldn't help but read it. Let's just turn myself around here and show you this. I'm not going to show you every page, but I'll just skim through a little bit. This is awesome. The book is awesome, and I've read every page. I love reading about Elvis, especially this period. I love finding out different things. Now, those of you who have seen my box sets video will know that I've also got Elvis That's the Way It Is, the Complete Works box set, and I showed the booklet in that video, and again, it's got different information about, you know, in there than it has here as well. Some of it is obviously the same, but then some of it is not. You know, it's all new information, and some of the details and some of the pictures is just incredible in these books. And again, the track listings and just the information in general about the concerts. And it's a shame that, because it was a concert that was done and wasn't filmed. So, what was that, Elvis on tour? It was something else I'm thinking of. But if you can get this, grab it, because it is absolutely amazing. Because That's the Way It Is, the Complete Works box set, has all 6 concerts that were filmed in full and complete for the release of That's the Way It Is. I do know, however, now that box set is very expensive. You're talking around £500 upwards. So, but yeah, that's my little update, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Awesome stuff. I don't know if I'll have time to do another video now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start by just 1 second. I've just got to get my phone. I do apologise. Okay. Right. These are some of the questions that I've been asked on YouTube, on my channel. These are private messages that I've made a note of. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to mention anyone's name or anyone's username. Obviously, when I'm talking about other YouTubers and so forth, then you know, I don't mind giving them a mention. But because of obviously I've been asked questions in private messages, I'll stand by that and you know, stick with it being private. So the first question I got asked, I mean, I'm not going to read them all out. It's just you know, I'll read about 2 or 3. The first question I got asked is, don't you hate it when your phone does not light? Thank you. How long does it take me to create a replica? Well, that just depends really on the cover, on the artwork, where I can get the artwork from. If it's in a book, I can scan it in. So it does just depend really on the artwork of the album, really. You also asked me in the same message about the programs I use. Well, there's a combination. For my covers, I use Microsoft Publisher 2003, and I use a program called InPaint. If I get a cover but it's got a watermark on it, I take the watermark off. I sometimes use Paintbrush for certain reasons. If I want to like trim or make something, I won't say transparent, but if I need to change the colour of something, I may sort of select it all and invert the colour, depending on what it is. Sometimes I'll use a program called Printmaster, and in that you can do all kinds of things, cropping and shading and stuff like that. Then I use Photo Studio 1.2, I think it is, and that way then I can highlight a selection. If I get a cover that's got like a glaze on it, or if the colorization is like bright in one part and dark in another, but it needs to be just one color, I can select the whole cover apart from the images. Like I can select around Elvis's face or some text and so forth, and just select the background basically, and I can pick a point of the cover that it should be the same all over, click on that, and I just paint the whole thing, and then save it. And then if I need to open it back up to do something different, then I'll do the same. So it does all depend. It does take a lot of work. It's not just a 5-minute job, even though it can look like a 5-minute job. Let's see if I've got an example. Let's take a look here. So I'm sure I've got something I could show you an example of it. Yes, I'll use this one. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. That text there, that font, I had to do myself. That's actually a retype. The Elvis Presley, that's a retype. The RCA International, the International Countdown and the catalog number, that's a retype. The RCA logo is a re-add. So basically, I've just had this whole selection of Elvis's image with the cover. I've taken off all the text and I've just smoothed it over, and then I've gone through all my fonts. I thought that looks really, really familiar. Compared it, and it worked. So as long as something like that works, you know, you can get away with it. The back cover, all of the top there, all that is retyped. The track listing is obviously retyped. More Elvis on RCA International is retyped, and the titles for each album is retyped. And the pictures, these here, well, unfortunately, I actually got the original album cover of the back, and I cropped them out, kind of made them as straight as I could, and I just put them in place. The spine, well, that's just very much basic and simple. And also the disc design, that's taken from a photograph that I saved offline of the original record label. I put it into my photo studio, selected the background, kept the RCA, kept the side one, the title of the album, the catalog number, the Elvis Presley, the copyright here at the bottom. I just added the international and I added the track listings, and that's how I done that. That there is just a simple image of the US album release, and I just put it in place. So that's that. So yeah, there's all different things you can use. What's the other one that I marked? Will I be doing replicas of every Elvis album that got released in between official CD reissues? Okay, well, I don't really know what you mean by that, but I'll only be replicating the albums that I had growing up that's not released on CD, or if they've been released on CD and they brought them up with bonus tracks on, or they're in a digipack like this. I'll be replicating them for myself, to go in order to as I had them on vinyl. There is another replica that I'm going to be doing very soon. It's called Pictures of Elvis. But I've been a bit 50-50 about it, because I'm trying to think now about if it's an album that I played frequently as a kid, then yes, I'll do it. It's a difficult one, because I know as well what if I'm correct, if I scroll down here. Yeah, you've asked me about the tracks, about them being obviously the same versions and, you know, the same songs all the time. I can see your point with it being the same tracks, but if you've got, I mean, I've got a lot of bootlegs with which is just on the computer as MP3s, which is the same tracks on the albums, but you've got alternative tracks and different takes of tracks. If I use those, then technically they're not the same. It's like a different version, and it's something fresh to listen to still, because the music could be slightly slower or faster, or you could sing it a little faster or slower. So, you know, or you could, I don't know, you could sing it differently, phrase the words differently, or something like that. So again, there is always something different. And also as well, if there's like a live version as opposed to a studio version, I'll probably put that in place as well. So again, I know I could buy possibly the bootlegs that's going around, and I know some of them have got like alternative versions on, but it's the same album that came out in the 80s or even in the 70s, some of them. But I just prefer to do my own versions of them, and I don't add bonus tracks either. I keep them as they were released on vinyl. So, but the answer to your question is, you know, I'll just be doing what's important to me. And I know that may sound a little bit bad being an Elvis fan. It's not that I don't love Elvis, because that'll come in now the next question. Hi CJ, enjoying much. Next question is basically, hi CJ, enjoy your videos very much. You seem very passionate. My phone's always going off, why is that? Be better if I charged this one. Sorry, it's because it's a update and I hate them. Do bear with me a second, I'm sorry. Okay, how can I put that in a nutshell? Hi CJ, I watch your videos, enjoy them very much. You seem very passionate when you talk about Elvis and music. How deep is your love for Elvis? Can you explain why you go to the detail that you do? That's the last message that I'm gonna read the question for. My love for Elvis, I don't think I could answer. I don't even know why I chose to even read that out. Sometimes in life you need somebody or something to help you through when you're feeling low. And for me, that person and that something has been Elvis. The person is Elvis, the something is the music, because music touches your heart like nothing else in this world besides having your children. But for me growing up, I went through so much. You can make a movie about it, which I won't go into full detail. All I'm going to say is that if it wasn't for Elvis in my life, I wouldn't be sat here today. I wouldn't be married. I wouldn't have my children who I love so much. And my children are my life, they're my everything. So, and it's all thanks to Elvis. So, yeah, I think I don't need to give any other explanation. You know, his music just touches your soul, especially his gospel music, you know. I mean, I wasn't going to school singing Heartbreak Hotel or Hound Dog like the other kids used to tease me about. I'd go to school singing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain or Solitaire or It's a Matter of Time. Songs like that, you know, songs that told a story. I mean, all his recordings told a story, but from 1968 sort of upwards, especially 1969 upwards, every song that he sung told a story, and each song would be deeper and deeper, and you could really get lost in them, you know. And then when you listen to the 50s and the 60s recordings, you just pops your spirit up, you know. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. But without Elvis's music in my life, well, there wouldn't be no me. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna do a questions and answers video at some point. I'll show you a few things, maybe play some music in the background whilst answering the messages that I've had sent to me containing questions. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing. I'd like to thank all of you who have commented. I'd like to thank all of you who have sent me messages. They truly do mean a lot, and everybody who liked the videos as well. So, oh, actually, because I might not be able to put a link, I'm going to just quickly give you that seller on eBay. His name. The seller on eBay is Salman Andraut. I'm gonna just show you because I'm not sure how you'll be able to see. Oh no, it's not gonna work, is it? All one word. You ready? SALMONANDTROUT. That's SALMONANDTROUT. That's the seller on eBay who was selling the Elvis CDs. I will still try to put a link, but if I can't, I hope you'll be able to get that. He's a fantastic seller here in the UK, and he's just 100% trustworthy as well. So if I don't get to do another video now before Christmas, I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and I'll see you in 2019. For myself, it's goodbye for now, and God bless every one of you. Thank you.